players from other industries with a different thinking pattern to a classical industry. The automotive industry has started to become a tech industry.
What role can AI play?
It changes entirely the way you interact with product.
How have you evolved that commitment in China?
We cannot try to manage this from a global perspective. We need to boost the autonomy of the local team.
What role does HARMAN as a global giant play to empower Chinese OEMs to go global?
You need partners then who embrace the China speed. We have embraced this very nicely.
Good afternoon, Mr. Christian Sobottka.
Nice meeting you.
I understand you have 25 years deep experience in automotive industry. So as CEO of HARMAN, what do you see the most critical on the fundamental change in this industry in the coming 5 to 10 years?
I think the change we are seeing in this industry, in the automotive industry in particular, is spectacular. Many new players came to the market in China but also around the world. What is happening is basically you bring players from other industries with a different thinking pattern to a classical industry, and they're disrupting it in terms of speed. This is obvious, right? But also in the way of thinking, how do you differentiate a car in the future? What really differentiates at the end is the experience the user has in the car, so the in-cabin experience. And this is now accelerating because new elements are coming in which are really super exciting. The power of AI, be it for the automated driving or the in-cabin experience, so the agents, changing fundamentally the way how you interact with the car. And if you think about how much has happened the last 3 years or 4 years in this field, projecting this into 15 years into the future is not possible at all. I think every week at the moment we have a new reality. Every week. I think you will see massive change coming the next even 3 years. And let's talk about those 3 years. 15 years from now, far to right in the future.
As global tier 1 players, you're facing a lot of challenges. So how do you see the tier 1 players should reposition their role in the whole value chain?
I have stopped thinking about these classical tier definitions. And you can argue that the automotive industry has left or stopped to be an automotive industry and started to become a tech industry. So in a tech industry, the structure is network and ecosystem. Each company is a network node, one position in the network. And your right to exist depends on whether you have something to say and to bring something to the table, right? 4 or 5 years ago, we started to think about what do we need to bring to the table which makes us relevant in this network. And I think if you think about our role today, we see us as a partner to the industry offering tech nuggets, bits and pieces, systems that help the industry to transform.
We noticed that the recent acquisition of ZF ADAS by HARMAN. How do you comment on the significance of this move?
This is one piece of our building story. If you think about HARMAN's heritage, and this is not only true for the automotive part, but also for the consumer electronics and lifestyle part we are operating. I mean, we are a company who would always combine technology, design, but with the purpose to create emotions, to create a lasting impact on people. Technology, not for the sake of technology, but technology for the sake of emotional impact. And when you see the legendary technologies being invented, but then transformed into emotions, we believe that the future in-cabin experience and the experience in the car also connects to what happens around the car. So the automation topic, the connection requires not just a great audio system in the car, it requires much more. We're adding now strategically several things which are determining the future of the company. And one of this is, of course, the automated driving and advanced driver assistance capability with ZF, because we see that on the one side, the electronics in the car gets centralized, so it's fusioning into one central compute unit. So it's a technical explanation. And on the other side, if you want to really create a great in-cabin user experience where technology and design touches your heart, then we need the building blocks. And this is why we did the acquisition last year.
How do you see the value of collaborating with semiconductor leaders such as Qualcomm at this stage?
As compute power is super essential, and also the structure of the silicon is super essential, We are partnering with several companies. Qualcomm is a super important network partner for us. They're good in what they do. They're great guys. On the classical IVI side, so domain controller, cockpit, so in-cabin, but also for the driver assistance side, they're doing a great job. But this is not our only partner. We are working also with Samsung as a silicon. We are working with NVIDIA. We are working with new players. So we are not limiting ourselves there. But of course, if you really want to push the limits, sometimes you need an even more trustful, more intense relationship. And with Qualcomm, we have such a relationship.
What role does HARMAN as a global giant play to empower Chinese OEMs to go global?
This is a pleasure and an honor. I mean, we are serving here the market locally with local solutions in a local speed, with local passion. First of all, we can be of great help because we are operating a lot of business in these other markets. So we understand the requirements, legal requirements, compliance aspects, customer preferences. It's very helpful. Secondly, there are sometimes technical elements you need to be successful, which are only required for a certain market. And we are owning, of course, these assets and can provision them here. You wouldn't slow down necessarily. You would like to go the same speed. And you need partners then who embrace the China speed and say, yeah, actually, it is a global speed. And I think we have embraced this very nicely in China, but also globally, because we believe this is the new standard, this is a new reality. I think this is not the question. Once it's out there and visible and works, and I mean here Beijing Motor Show is a brilliant example how it's multiple times working. That's our mission also, to make this available around the globe. Go fast, globe.
We all know HARMAN is a subsidiary of Samsung. So how HARMAN has been leveraged that group resources to create strategic synergy for both your lifestyle and automotive divisions for their joint growth?
Samsung bought HARMAN almost 10 years ago. And so far it's been a very good story, I would say. HARMAN has developed in these last 10 years very well and preserved a certain HARMAN DNA. We have leveraged many synergies with Samsung. First of all, we are working together in very practical fields like silicon, so we're using some of their silicon products, be it an SoC, be it memory. We are working intensely together to bring technology which is only available in consumer electronics into the automotive space. So this transformation, of course, requires that we know what automotive needs in terms of reliability and safety and so on. And we are taking this and converting consumer electronics technology. Just an example, we have these Neo QLED displays used. You know them from your home appliance or the TV or whatsoever. And we brought this into automotive with a better visual quality than the classical displays, but at a much more affordable cost. I think we are even leading in this to really understand what's happening in cabin and with the driver. So it's not just a classical safety aspect, but also it's going in the direction of well-being and understanding the biometric data of, for example, the driver for safety reasons, but also for comfort reasons. And there we are working intensely with Samsung Health together, using their IP, our own IP, and building something even much more powerful out of it.
Along this journey, what role can AI play in redefining customer experience versus functionality?
The easier part is enterprise AI, where you take your classical end-to-end business processes and reimagine them with AI and gain productivity and speed. The interesting part is AI in product. So really changing the entire interface, how you interact with the product. It changes entirely the way you interact with products. I'll give you one example we are building in HARMAN. You know, young musicians, in their early stage, they maybe don't have an own band they can play in. So our lifestyle team has developed a product which is called Bandbox. So it's a device like this, and you can stream music to it from your phone. And then you can say, hey, I want to be the guitar. And the original guitar is removed with AI. And you're playing into this. And so at low cost, you have created your own band. And we have the same for voice, of course. You can say, I'm the singer, okay, the voice is removed and you sing to the microphone. And that is something which is where practical use of AI on device is changing the entire experience. Yeah.
China is becoming the hub of innovation in nearly all aspects, from EV to mobile internet to consumer sectors. So global giant like HARMAN, how you can leverage this from a global capability plus China innovation perspective?
First of all, let me start with something. We have a very strong China team here. HARMAN has more than 5,000 employees in China. Of course, not only in automotive, but in all different fields. We are deeply verticalized. We are working with hundreds of partners together. And I think in itself here we have really a strong ecosystem. And secondly, HARMAN has a very open architecture in terms of collaboration. I think the HARMAN is ignited by passion. What unites the HARMAN team is the passion to create something great. And then it's about global learning. Yeah? And learning is, of course, a question of respect, of listening to each other, being connected well. 3 handful of global teams being here on the ground and people traveling around the globe. And this is creating an atmosphere of co-creation, of joint challenging, of course. Yeah? We don't think in categories of, oh, this is China, this is US, this is Germany, and this is top, this is bottom, this is... I think we are much more driven by the outcome.
HARMAN has achieved significant milestones in China since 2005. Mm-hmm. How have you evolved that commitment in terms of like scale, speed, deep engagement with local partners, as well as your geographic presences?
It starts with good people, empowered people, and people who are inspired. Yeah. And when purpose and competence and autonomy come together, then I think you have a great secret sauce of success. And especially, let's take the automotive example there. It was clear at a certain point in time, we cannot try to manage this from a global perspective. We need to boost the autonomy of the local team. Yeah? The purpose, we were all on the same page. And so the question is, how do you guarantee mastery, building up the team quickly, that they can purposeful drive something with quality? And we have achieved this. It's maybe not so academically complex, but it's at the end of the day, it's about trust and people.
In your strategic vision, what kind of role can corporate culture play? How can we create a corporate culture that can incubate talents and leaders to stay and grow across continents, countries, and business sectors?
This is the mother of all questions, because a DNA or a culture of a company, I would say, is at least 1/3, if not more, of the success factor. You can run it for a while in different modes, but at the end of the day, the cultural fit between your company purpose, so what you want to accomplish, and the people and how they interact with each other, that's the holy grail, right? And culture is not only developed top down, it's also developed naturally from everyone. It's not owned by the CEO, it's owned by everyone in the company. There is no corporate central directive on culture. We are not an automotive company anymore. We want to pivot to tech company. And by the way, this is how tech company look like, culture-wise. This we did, of course. And we triggered a lot of debates on how do we do this now? How do we live it? How do we bring it to life? And what's our version of it? Was a debate where we involved many, many people. I think this is more a natural way to get to a common consensus on that. Yeah. But it's essential, especially when speed matters and risk is increasing. So when failure can also come into play, because if you're operating at the limit, things go wrong, right? It's normal. And then it becomes very much a question, how do we deal with this in a culture? Yeah? And I think we are clearly going into something like experimentation, driving at the limit, exploring it, co-creating it. So many things naturally become a part of it. Yeah? Successes, failure, reconfiguration, ups and downs. A culture needs to welcome this. Yeah? and incubate it and also attract the right people who can live with this. This is where we want to take it.
Thanks for your insights. Appreciate your time. We look forward to continue to see HARMAN's growth and innovation in the years to come.